Hey folks, it's Lucid, welcome back. We are jumping back into Hello Darkness, where I'm playing Lemuria. It's turn 43, and let us see what the turn holds. So we got some back payments from Pythium. A couple lightless lanterns, and then some fire gems. He forgot to send them last turn. And then we had a few tuplics come in. This one actually got a sorceress, which is a little unfortunate. This is, I think... These are expensive. I think before I had missaid, they're 5... I had said 5 water gems. They're 5 death gems each time you cast. Which is pretty friggin' expensive, if you ask me. Yeah. So anyway. She has the copper plate, which actually is pretty okay in assassinations. Kind of zapped the shit out of him, but... unfortunately, she runs from the fear aura. I shouldn't have had her on conservative. I mean, I don't know. We're going to need a lot of scouts, guys. The big weakness of Lemuria, in my opinion, is remote assassinations. And when I had to fight a very good Lemuria player, that was basically my ticket to killing them, was remote assassins. It's not going to do good against these kind of guys, because, like, this guy's got pretty good defense and all that. And then, yeah. But all your little raiders and stuff, it kind of wrecks them. Here we see Atlantis teleport in a thug. And I think this guy's supposed to do body ethereal and then maybe quickness on him, but instead he casts some stupid shit. And this guy gets wrecked. Let's watch this again. Watch this guy. Let's see what he casts. Blessing. Blessing, probably not the first thing you want to get for these guys. Yeah, this isn't going to matter that much. It should be, like, pretty late in the script. Summon Earth Power again. You probably want to go ahead and pop Iron Skin. And already he's at 2 hit points, and then he just dies. So, he should have done Iron Skin first, I think, is the lesson of the story there, kids. I'm pretty sure we would have killed him anyway, but he seemed to think this could work. And we found a magic site, the Wolf Oak. That's a Nature 1 site. This is 3 turns behind my current turn, so we can do this one, next one, and one more. And hopefully we get to that in this episode. Though I might save my current turn for a new episode, we'll see. And then here we have Atlantis attacking me with these guys. That's not going to be a very convincing battle. We've taken control of a province with no resistance. Here we see Arco kind of striking back at me. Now, Arco was not a very chatty player, as I may have mentioned before. I'm re-recording this video, so I can't remember what I said in previous videos and then what I said in the re-recording of this one. But yeah, I guess... He almost has his troops positioned as if he was worried about flyers. It may also be AI controlled at this point. No, Arco's still in it, because I remember I think he staled one of these turns. Not this one, obviously, since he made a move and attacked me, but... yeah, the player was not very chatty. I told them that they had a safe border with me. But then once they were, like, almost completely eaten, and they had, like, 4 provinces to themselves, I told them I was going to eat them unless they told me they thought they had a chance. And they didn't reply, just no comment. So, anyway, looks like Gath is getting some food. And... okay. We have another one of the... I don't think I noticed this. We have another one of the Ancient Ruins events trigger. We found a magic site here. This is actually a really good site for us. Let's go take a look. This is, I think, a Death 1 site. Fuck yes. And we got a Skull Mentor, also very nice. This event happened. The Necromancer has sucked the life force from the whole lands. Strengthened by that unwholesome power, he may rise to challenge the gods. So, that is this guy. And I think what this means is this little story event has gone full circle. And it can now, a lot of these events can trigger again, which allows this army to grow bigger and bigger. I kind of want to go in and steal it or something, but we'll see what we actually do. So I think that's about it for this turn. Let's go ahead and look at what we're doing. So we basically have a situation where I had promised, I had told, promise is a strong word. I had told Pythium that he could have some of this land to the left of Marignan. And I was going to kind of keep the forts locked down. I told him this a while ago, probably like 8 or 9 turns ago. Probably 8 turns ago. Though sometimes the game, you know, I don't know. Sometimes time flies. Or feels like it flies, but really it's only like 5 turns. Anyway, he finally has an army over here to take it, but the confusing part is I know he and Atlantis are coordinating. And I think they're going to try to divide up part of Marignan, where Pythium gets some of it and Atlantis gets some of it. Well, confusing thing is this should go to Pythium, but Atlantis has cracked it, so if Marignan wasn't going to take this, I would knock him off this, but because Marignan is going to take it, we're probably just going to storm this castle and let Atlantis hold on to this. The problem with letting Atlantis hold on to this is he can threaten my lake system. So we'll see. But Atlantis is not that big. They have some of this, I think, with Midgard, so they probably go out to, like, right here. Anyway. We can handle. But we want this because it's got the burial mound and the statue of the sitting god, and then the earth blood vein. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to storm this fort. We're moving in a huge army here. This is going to be a good place to put an army, because we can either go on top of the throne, or we can go on top of this fort. And then we're still in range if he goes on top of this fort. So that's really the main reason for moving the army here, is we're basically going to be protecting, if you will, or threatening 3 forts. This army is not big enough to one-turn pop Marignan, obviously, but it is big enough to one-turn pop Dragon Ridge. So, anyway, we're moving there. We have captured... Oh, did we watch this? I think I just showed it to you. We didn't actually watch it. This is the battle for the throne, so we'll watch it. It's going to be these guys getting stomped. I think this is Deep Sea, too, so this guy has dark power, right? Yeah, darkness +3. God, that's crazy. This guy's actually... Shades are actually good in darkness, man. They're pretty solid, especially when you consider everybody else is getting like -6 stats. Okay, so this falls. Now what we're doing here is a little special. We're claiming the throne. We're site searching here. Next turn, I'm probably gonna we'll talk about it next turn. But next turn, I'm gonna build a lab there, and we're gonna live in Castle it. Now Satis has ended their nap with me, and they have a big army up here. And so they had ended their nap, and they said they weren't going to attack, but we'll see about that. That's not what this looks like. But they had said they're going to go claim some of Arco's stuff. What I imagine is they're going to go here, take this, come back, and then attack me. But we'll see. Calum has also ended their nap. I think they ended this turn, so I think on turn 45 we can issue attack orders, which is my current turn. I haven't done that yet. Kind of dreading it. But good news is our research is hopping. We're up at 1,300 a turn, which is not bad. Not bad at all for Lemuria turn 43. There's a bunch of other logistics stuff, but I think that's all I'm really going to cover. We're heading right now, I think, for Well of Misery. Let's go ahead and pull up the next turn, turn 44. And here we go. So we got 4 fire gems from Pythium. We got a lightless lantern again. We found a magic site, the Marble Temple. This is a kind of rare one. You don't see this one very often. 50 gold, decreases unrest by 5, and allows recruitment of the High Priest. Which, you know, is interesting, because for me, you can't tell it here, but for me, he's a reanimator, so he could potentially reanimate, you know, like my tier 2 undead, you know, so like Shade Beasts and that sort of thing. Yeah. But it costs money, it costs upkeep. Yeah. Would be good for preaching, too, because he could preach up Dominion and Templed Forts pretty high. Which, I mean, that is, I think, a better use than reanimating for me. Like when I'm actually trying to dom push. Anyway. But yeah, kind of boring turn. We kill some of these guys. Gath has moved into to Arco's capital. So the Gath gangbang is headed my way. Does he get wooden warriors on everybody? No. I don't think he has mass protection yet. Now these guys... Okay, this guy does have wooden warriors on him. But not all of them do, right? Yeah, this guy doesn't. So, yeah, they have 5 fire resistance as part of their bless, right? Yeah, 5. So if he does mass protection... Because I know... I don't see it here, but... Apparently it's already happened. There's been a big battle. He has killed the major Pythium army, not Pythium, Arco army with Firestorm. And so kind of his thing is he's got fire resistance. These guys are like super fire resistant. But Firestorm fucks Lemuria. So I think what we're going to have to do... I think what we're going to have to do... There's a few things we have to do. Because we've got bad news coming up next turn. But I think we're going to have to go down Alteration. Is the long and short of it. Now here we can see Pythium moving in to attack me. Now he's not talking to me while he's doing this, which he could just be busy or tired of talking. But normally you kind of communicate these things, but he appears to be kind of blundering into me. Now what is odd is he has some of these hydras back here. I don't know if he knew it, if he had them for catching flyers. He has a spell, Gift of the Sacred Swamp, where when you spam it out, basically it's like an Area 15 poison ward that doesn't cost nature gems. So you can kind of, in theory, get everybody covered and you're safe. And if they get it on them, they're pretty safe, but he doesn't have Serpent's Blessing, or isn't choosing to cast it. So, anyway, these guys are getting all poisoned up. I just had 1 PD there, but you can see we killed 140... 370 gold worth of stuff with 1 PD. Not bad. I mean, it could have... my PD had nothing to do with it. It was just positioning of his troops. Here's the Marinese Fort. Take that out. Some events. We got some... Agents of the Necromancers have been hard at work. Death and Dominion and Unrest. Okay. Wait, this was where I had that other death event. I wonder if Behemoth's Rest is close. Oh, it's close to here. These are all events that... The Withered Lands is proccing because of this. I bet you. Let's take a look. Agents of the Necromancer at work. I think that, yeah, this is the Withered Lands. I don't know if this is related. They're very deathy right there. Maybe it's worth trying to take this. Maybe I don't know. I kind of thinking about conquering Bogarus. I'm a little worried that Gath is going to turn and conquer Bogarus, and then we're going to have big problems. I actually don't think Gath is going to attack me. I'm pretty sure Gath is going to pivot into conquering Bogarus. The good news is that's going to give me time to get Evocation 7 and Alt 9. Fuck. I need Alt 9. It's really dangerous now, I think, not having Alt 9. Because Firestorm's really punishing. If you're 0 protection and no fire resistance. I could skip Evocation, but I also kind of need Wind to Death traps. I feel like especially for Kalem. We'll see. So we've got an interesting turn coming up. A few things. We've taken this. Atlantis has taken this. These guys have moved in here, so you can now see the awkwardness of the situation. I've been trying to talk to Pythium, and he's not very chatty, so that's fine. We're going to move everybody here, and basically, if Pythium wants to come and take this without talking to me, he can die, basically. We're just going to let him die. But I get the feeling, because look at this. He's got all these guys on my border here, these Meneids. He's got Meneids and Misties, so clearly he's got Orgy going. Titan of the Spring. A bunch of not good things happening over here. Now, yeah. It's not good. It's not good. This is kind of escalating into a Cold War. And then I've got, next turn, I'm going to have Calum attacking me with all these guys. And Calum's going to have a bunch of his stupid little thugs. And Gath, I don't think is going to attack me. But Gath very well might jump on the bandwagon. And then we've got Atlantis to deal with. But so far, it's looked like we've been able to deal with Atlantis. But, you know, I don't know. We'll see. Now, what we're going to go do here, because he's cracked this for it, we're going to go knock these guys off. So, we have this guy coming in doing mass protection, personal region, elemental fortitude. I think I actually took him off this job. And I think I sent him here instead. Which turns out to be a good thing. I don't want to ruin too much, but yeah, we basically have this big army moving in, bunch of crossbows. The idea is basically just drop darkness and then flaming arrows and then kill everybody. How hard can it be, right? There's some problems, like we don't have... ideally we'd have Aerofend up too, but anyway. We will make do. We've got many Colossus here to deal with. I mean, I don't know. He's just going to go get in the front line and kill stuff. But this is not very fancy gear. In fact, it's kind of a shit show of gear. A lot of it I just had lying around, wanted to get it on somebody. But yeah, it's kind of shitty gear. So, yeah, we're doing that. Moving here. This is basically the same setup for the army. And over on this side, we're kind of I've been moving troops up and down, shifting them around. We're moving a big contingent of troops up this way. And then from here, we can either choose to reinforce this land and prepare for the Kalium attack, or we can move to defend against Gath. And with that, what time? Okay, it's only 11 minutes. Let's go ahead and pull up my next turn. Let's pull up the real turn. This one I haven't played very much of, so we'll kind of talk through it, and then I'll probably finish it up myself here. Let us take a look. We finished research and conjuration. Purgatory gets cast. Show that to you. So this guy now controlling almost all the globals, which I'm not very excited about. We're definitely going to steal, not steal, we're going to let him put up Will of Misery, and then we're going to steal it. And it's almost time, because this, what we just finished researching was Conjuration 7, so I've only got 3 turns, really, until I have Conjuration 8, and we're making 40 a turn, so I might spend this bank, and then we'll get up to 200-something pretty quickly. So we'll see. We have a bunch of Tuple X come in. Some are effective, some are not. Basically, the Shadow Tribunes tend to get wrecked, and then if it's not a Shadow Tribune, we kill them. But in this case, it doesn't work against the Shadow Tribune, because we had a pretty good amount of militia show up. Okay. Lemur Consul. And then here we have a very bad thing happen. Atlantis has empowered... The same guy that Cloud Trapezed in before, he's back as a white mage. A little better gear, very high protection, and boots of quickness. So let's see what he does. Blessing, again, not the right script. Air shield, though, that's a problem, because we have a lot of crossbows here. Temper Flesh, that's pretty annoying. Iron Skin, pretty annoying. Now, he doesn't have any kind of regeneration or anything, so not really any way to heal. After this battle, though, he, I'd say comically, he asks in the discussion thread on my Discord about, can you do Soul Vortex against ghosts that don't have, or undead that are not lifeless, or that are not lifeless. So, like, my ghosts are not lifeless. Yeah, you can. Soul Vortex works on them. So clearly he's thinking, hey, this is a pretty good strategy. We should do this again. Basically, he's going to kill everything. Now, there's some problems. We talk about, you know, you might have seen some of the other things where people weren't on advance and cast spells, and you're like, well, that's not a mistake Lucid would ever make. Here's the Lucid making that mistake right here. Now, these guys are spamming Unholy Power because it's fucking worthless. If they were doing Unholy Command, it could work. Here we're doing Unholy Command and Apostasy, which is fine, I guess. I would rather he do Wither Bones. Because his MR is pretty high. I don't know what... It's probably like a 1% chance for an Apostasy to hit. But it only has to happen once. And then I get this pretty little mage. Yeah. Anyway, so we can expect more of this. This sucks, though, because this is the force that was going to wipe people off of that fort. And now we have all these guys die. And then this guy died, and he gave them a bunch of... Oh, these guys... we hadn't played out, but... Technically, we won. The battle timed out for the attacker, and he ran off the field. So anyway, we picked up a lot of the gear, but unfortunately, a lot of the people who picked up the gear... Yeah, it was like this guy. And he runs in to attack on his own now, because most of my army routed too. So now he's got the charcoal shield, and he's running into this whole army. Because nobody else came with. And I guess that's all he's going to cast. I guess Invulnerability is not going to do anything here. That's about what you expect. So anyway, rip gear. He attacks us here. We attack him here. Pythium moves up and takes my other little province over there, which is annoying. Atlantis, he attacks Marignon's fort, takes it. And then here, Bogarus attacks Atlantis' fort and takes it. This Bogarus army moving out with a lot of guys. He has so many mages in here, it makes me think that this is not really negotiated with Atlantis. That, you know, because normally you'd have your mages researching. So, or maybe he's just not playing around, because if this army dies, then he's going to lose his capital. Hard to say, but a ton of mage support. Waywinkle, somebody tries to assassinate him. You need to bring more than one long dead, my friend. The rest of our blood slaves get wrecked. Bogus coming in to take them. And we get some gold. Gath gets attacked by Indies. We kill an Atlantis scout. Another Atlantis scout, a Bogarusian scout. And then Marignon's been killed. Now, Marignon getting killed is going to be important, because that means our dominion is going to spread this way at an increasing rate. 2 months left on this. But most importantly, I think, is the war with Kalem is about to break out, and then Satis has brought a little group of guys over here. 2 Windmasters. Which means he's potentially going to get... do air elementals? Not really sure. I'm assuming he's going to attack. So anyway, I've got to figure out what we're going to do. There's the problem is okay, so let's go through some of the problems we have. Okay, well, problem number 1 is we're now at war with Kalem, Satis, and Atlantis. And Kalem's also over here. we're probably going to be at war with Pythium and Gath soon too. But how soon, I'm not exactly sure. People are worried about me throne rushing, which of course is a threat, because I've already got this one, but as soon as I get this throne, and then like this underwater one, then I win. So one option is I just doom stack up, and this doom stack may be enough. I don't know if he has the tools to kill it, because I do have guys in here who are going to be pretty effective at killing idiots. Like either the barrels of mercury are going to be okay. I've got, if all these guys aren't advanced and cast spells too, we'll take care of a lot of the thug action. So, but I probably need to have one dedicated drain life spammer, and I hate wasting death gems on it, but I think we have to do it. Now, the way we do this is we get... Oh shit, I have to get construction 6. Fuck. Okay, there's other things we can do. Solar ray spam. Armor piercing, so versus 30 protection, it's not going to do much. Okay. I mean, we could do Holy Scourges. The problem is, whoever's wearing them is probably going to die, but they'll also wreck. I want ranged something. I don't want to rely on somebody having to get in melee. I could put... I could do like an Eye of Aiming and a Just Man's Cross on... Yeah, maybe that's what I do. There's problems with this, but this can go on... This maybe is a pretty good option. Problem is I can also kill my own shit with this, but I think that's going to kind of come with the... Holy Pyre. Armor piercing, not what we want. Combustion, not going to do it, especially if they're casting Temper Flesh. So, what I was looking for is Standard of the Damned, which is expensive. I think it's 25 death gems or something for one, but the guy is going to spam Drain Life. Having one of those in your army is going to make pretty quick work of a thug. You put it on a... I'd probably put it on a Centurion. So, yeah. Well... I think I had also made... Let's check my inventory real quick. I think I have... Okay, I do. A Shroud of the Battle Saint. Let's find... I know I had a Centurion I wanted to put that on. You can see Ebenezer has one on. He's got Lightning Reflexes with some pretty sick defense skill. So... unfortunately, he still dies to things. Pretty... you know, like dust to dust and stuff, but... I could have sworn I had a Centurion hanging around somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I do that in the off time. Is he not here? Okay, Centurion. Oh my god, I have to look at these icons. Oh, here you are. Yeah, he's got Disease, Never Healing Wound. We'll pop this on him. Lowers his protection a little bit, but he gets Awe and Regeneration. Seems pretty worth it to me. What else? Yeah, Awe, Regeneration, and the attack skill also is nice. And then the recuperation too, so. Okay, so anyway, zooming back out. Sorry, I got really sucked into the micro. So the main thing we have to do is we cannot move around armies versus Calum or versus Atlantis unless they are thug-proof. And the thugs they're going to be using, a fair amount of them are going to be white mages. Now, just having enough death mages, if they get in close, they might do dust to dust, but my guys have a preference to do apostasy, apparently. But still, this many people doing undead command, I think, would get him. Just those little small percents add up. So I have to figure out what we're going to do. This army, too, we need to make sure is set up, because his dude landed in here. So he's probably, any army I have exposed, he's probably going to hit with this idiot. This guy. Which one column? Where is he? Nutarink? Is that who it is? Yeah, this idiot. So he's going to cloud trap these out and hit one of these armies. So I can't move it around. So sorry, I'm kind of rambling, but I'm not really sure what to do. I think I have to... This army, I think, is set. I think what I do is we're going to start kind of... We're going to gather another army and we're going to go take this. If I take this, though, this is going to basically trigger a war with Gath. He's got a fort getting built. The fort's not going to really help, because I still one-turn pop it. And I can attack it from here. And I feel like, especially if I do mass protection, he's not really going to have much he can do. I mean, potentially he could have Firestorm coming up pretty soon. But ideally, too, I don't really want this game to go into the Flamestorm the Sky territory, because that does kind of hurt Lemuria. You know how we lost... I mean, if we look at the battle report here, we lost a shit ton of guys, 430-something. Army grew. Okay. And then Calum is basically going to be doing the same thing. Difference with Calum... So let's talk about the problem with fighting Calum. Problem with Calum, and I don't know if the player is going to play this way, but he can basically jump around checking a fort until he gets to a fort that I can't knock him off of, or that he thinks I can't knock him off of. And then he can take it. So that's going to be annoying. I had wanted to make a Bane Venom Charm. I don't know if I actually followed through with that plan. I don't think I did. But I think, so part of the battle versus, fight versus Calum, I need to make sure I've got these guys on advance and cast spells. Calum also has this. 3 Blood Hinge Druids. I think these guys are preaching. Got this idiot here with a temple. Kind of want to knock that out. The other thing I could do is if Calum's running around, it's going to be hard for me to catch him, because he can just jump somewhere, but I can just jump on top of him and force a fight. Now the question is, do I want to? And the answer, I'm not sure. Because I could have this guy, we can do Foul Vapors. With Darkness and Mass Protection, we'll do pretty good with Foul Vapors up. I mean, he could Wrathful Skies us, but... Well, there's no but. That would fucking suck. Potentially, though, having a big air elemental, especially if he does Wrathful Skies. Not if he has a big army. I was thinking if it's just a solo thug caster doing Wrathful Skies. That's kind of tricky, though, because he'd have to have a fluffer there with him, too. But he could do that. So anyway, one option is I forcified by putting pressure here. The other option is I try to let him just sit on top of forts. These guys are going to, they're going to have a fair amount of siege strength, but not quite enough to one turn. Like, this is going to be like 300 siege strength, so not enough to one turn pop a fort. One thing I do have, though, is I put a bunch of stealth dudes over here. And so these guys are going to sneak out. We're going to start stealthy raiding with these idiots. These guys we're going to have move over here. Nothing terribly special. Let's put one guy on... Let's put you two idiots on guard commander here. And when he's... One of the good things about forting up is, you know, you don't have to... You're going to keep your... There's a lot of good things about forting up, right? You are going to retain control of the gems. You retain control of some of the income if you have any. There's bad things that come from it too, though. Like, you can't magic phase attack anymore people that are on your fort. So, if Kalon comes and ventures out here, I can magic phase attack on top of him. But if he goes on top of my forts, I have to play cat and mouse. I think I'm going to pause it and play, because I'm really a bit at a loss for words, and some of you are probably losing interest. So I'm going to pause it, play, and then I'll come back and tell you what I did. Hey, okay, so I've gotten some of the work done. I'm going to kind of, I think, tab in and out as I get things done. I'll summarize what I did. A few things on spending gold. I'm going to upgrade these two forts right here. One thing to know is I like doing the busy work first for my turn, and then I like going and doing the hard stuff later. I don't know why, but that's how I always end up doing it. So doing some of the busy work. I think part of it's because it's mindless. I can just hit next unit, and usually that'll get most of the work done, and then I can think about the hard stuff. But yeah, we're upgrading these two castles here. I've got 3 castles coming up here, 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 and here. This one is 2 months away. This one is 3 months away. And this one is 1 month away. Now, what I am extremely worried about is having this guy. So these white mage. Okay, this one white mage, because there's only one of them that can cloud trapeze, is potentially going to cause me a shit ton of trouble. Now, the reason is he can jump on my armies, which would be annoying. So we're going to have to prepare this army and this army for this, which I've already started. He could also jump on this one, but I think this army will kill him. And I'm not sure what to do with this army either. Got a King of Magma, so he appears to want to super combat against me. But anyway, we'll come back to that. I'm going to cover what we're going to do here. So we're upgrading these forts. I want to upgrade this fort. I don't have anybody here at the moment. And the reason is we're going to need... Shit's about to go south for us, I think. We're fighting nations that are kind of hard counters to us. Very big coalition. Yeah. It's just... And I feel like other people are getting some of their key milestone tech. And we have some of ours, but I think we're behind a bit in research. Anyway, there's a few reasons I think it's going to be a rough... like 10 turns or something. Unless we can sneak out a throne win. Which I'm more dubious on. I don't... Like, it would take an army of this quality to take this, and I just don't have one in the region. The other thing I wanted to show you is we are going to be, because I've got off my porch underwater, and we've got this throne. It's claimed this is the throne of the churning ocean, so we get 3 water gems, an air gem, and conjuration bonus 20. Now, one of the excellent things about that is, and I didn't realize this at the time, was that I can actually, if I'm standing here, I can use this to cast. I thought I was going to have to alchemize, but I can use this to cast Living Castle, and it doesn't even cost 40 gems. It only costs, what, 33. So, pretty sweet. I didn't have to alchemize for this. Some risks, I could get assassinated here, so very much not excited about that. If we get attacked, I think that's okay. I think I'm going to get... Gonna get the spell off, and that's okay. We'll just retreat out. But if we get assassinated, then we're gonna be underwater. I might give him this 1 gem. I'm trying to think what would be good underwater. Not much. I think this is okay. Reanimate Shade Beast. Yeah. Boba's actually got pretty good gear on him. We might take that gear, put it on somebody else. We're going to site search with Daikonkon too. We need to go somewhere with this guy. I kind of want to send him underwater and site search. But I kind of feel like this territory is not... I'm not 100% sure this is going to be mine for much longer. I definitely don't want to site search somebody else's territory. And you can see we've done... If we look at the site searching thing, we've done a fair amount. if you just look at the death, like I've sent Grand Lemurs almost everywhere. My death income is freaking crazy. But anyway, that's just a quick update on the building. We're doing Living Castle underwater, and yeah, getting some of the infrastructure done on land. Okay, another thing we're doing, because I'm very worried about basically getting these forts taken down with a cloud trapeze from this guy. What we're going to do is I've got Gilly here who's going to cloud trapeze in on top of this province, and if both people cloud trapeze in, then they'll both be present at the battle. Gilly's going to make air elementals. Now, air elementals should be able to kill this guy. We'll watch his script. I think this guy's actually coming. Actually, not sure why he's coming. This anti-magic. Also potentially to block Mind Hunt, which is something I definitely can do, but I'm not doing right now. God, I do need to get Mind Hunt online. That is a reason to go up evocation. So that makes me actually more confident about our little evocation thing we're doing here. But let's take a look. No shock resistance. So he's going to get trampled for a while. And trample will kill high protection thugs. But then he'll get knocked down by the firebrand. The air elemental will, until it hits a size when it will shock it, and then it will kill it. I think that is how it will work. We'll see. It could kill air elementals. But the Scutata Volturnus is not going to help. So anyway, Gilly's teleporting in here. And then we've got one other person, Polinia, who's teleporting in, doing basically the same thing. Over here. And here we've got a little bit of heavy... We've got some decent PD that, you know, I don't know. It could work. I've got Venisong here in reserve. I haven't decided what to do with him. The problem if I raid with Venisong, then I won't have him ready to cloud trapeze. And I don't know, but I don't think I have... Okay, I've got... No, Castronomical's got a hat on. I don't have anybody else. Who's Astral 3, I don't think. No more Astral 3 Grand Lemurs. So anyway, that is an issue. Alright, pausing it again. Okay, I think I've about finished the turn now. And I'm basically, it's not a very exciting turn. I'm playing pretty defensively. This army here, I've split to living and dead, or amphibious and non-amphibious. The living folks are mostly going... They're going to hang out inside Marignon. The non-living... I probably should get some... Actually, I feel like crossbowmen, I'm kind of done with them. The non-living ones are going to go get in the water. The water offers some nice benefits. Like you can't fly in the water. So, these stupid Tupelix, they're going to... I think they can target underwater still. I'm not sure. Anyway... They can't fly when they're in the water. And then also, it's just going to kind of slow stuff down here. I've got a Timu. He's going to come up and try to patrol on top of this. And a Timu, his heroic trait is natural protection. So he's actually got 15 base natural protection on top of some pretty decent armor. So that plus Soul Vortex and Skeletal Body and then the Awe and all the other things... I think he can actually potentially kill this army, even with 2 Death Mages potentially spamming him with nasty shit. And I feel like this army might come sit on top of this. They might just go underwater, too. Anyway. So we'll see. And I think, yeah, I've just got scouts left. So... these little armies I've scripted... I've basically put the crossbows right up at the front, so they have a chance to kind of kill them during the buffing cycle. And I'll have these guys on fire, too. I actually probably can split these up. Put them on either side. I mean, they're probably going to be fucked if they get magic-phased attack. The other option is I could just have them retreat if I get magic-phased. But the problem is... I mean, that's probably not a bad idea. There's a chance to kill it, too. I'll roll the dice for the chance to kill. We're making a lot more scouts to deal with the assassin spam. I think I can probably make another one here. And down here in Kalem, we're not really attacking much. I've got Elikium coming in here, and this is just basically one PD, so we'll just hit this with this guy. He'll sneak out and go somewhere else next turn. But he's just got a little bit of armor, so he doesn't get instantly zapped. But he's going to be relying mostly on defense and the fact that they only have 1 or 2 guys. So he'll be doing Unholy Blessing. Boop. Astral Shield. Skeletal Body and Soul Vortex. He should be fine. Obviously, they could put more stuff in. Arch Chronix here is going to be taking a big goon squad and moving over this way. I gotta be careful. I don't want to bring too much away from this stuff, because he could easily move this army wherever my army's not. This fort will be coming. I really hope they don't put this under check. You know, we're patrolling here. The more I think about it, I actually need to move these guys over here, I think. Move him here. It gives me more flexibility. This fort, it's going to be upgraded this turn, but if he catches it, the fort upgrade will be after army movement. So if he catches it with this army this turn, it's not going to upgrade. And this probably would be enough to 1-turn pop it. So we're going to put some guys inside and at least block the 1-turn pop. We've got a ton of guys consolidating down here. Basically, I'm just going to hide inside my fort walls. I probably should also make a Bane Venom charm. So if he really wants to sit on top of my fort walls, I can welcome him. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't really want to risk too much. We're going to be raiding up here with just a few idiots. And we've got a stealth army here of these guys. We're going to be sneaking through here and then hitting the back lines. It's not going to be that bad for Kalem. They're really high mat moves, so he'll probably just follow behind me and clean stuff up. But I could potentially, if I know what he's following behind me with, I could just hang out there and do like a little PD dump and try to kill it. But it'll be a distraction. And that's basically it. Yeah, we're moving these guys. Oh, these guys were moving down here. And so they can potentially drive these guys off if we need to. But yeah, I've got to be really careful. I don't want to put undead forces in Marignan either, because they get cooked alive pretty quickly. The other thing I know is that Pythium's definitely planning on going for the 5th global slot, and I'm not sure what he's going to cast. I can't remember if there's 5 or 6 for this. Does it? It doesn't say here. I can go check the game thread. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, we've got 6 slots, so there's 2 more. He had mentioned to me that he was planning on doing Galegate, which I thought was interesting. And then Well of Misery. So it's potentially, this game could get really weird, because we've got Kalem, who's actually pretty big. You can see he's got stuff all the way down here. So Kalem is not small by any means. They're probably almost as big as I am. I think they're number 2. We've got Pythium, who I think is relatively small, but is going to have all the globals. And we've got Gath, who has the potential to be very big if they eat Bogarus. And they're going to have a blood economy, which is going to be very annoying. What I think I need to do is eat Bogarus. I think that's the play. Before Gath does. But that would also give me this throne and let me win. Maybe I just win. Go for this throne and this throne again, which is what we've been talking about, but Sworn occurrence. Anyway, I think that is it. How many people haven't done their turn? There's just 3 of us that haven't done it. So I think we're done. I think I've done this turn. Make sure this guy is not on conservative gym use. Okay, good. And I want to make sure these guys aren't on conservative gym use either, in case they get assassinated. You want to turn this off if you're not going to have a fight, because the only way these guys are going to have a fight is if there's a magic phase attack. There we go. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. I'll see you all next time. Cheers.